Welcome to Zoom. So when I do my meal prep, I try to have stuff ready beforehand so that I can just dive in and start prepping. I pre-cook my chicken and so that I can just go for it. But I also, one of the things that I do is I just start throwing, I'm cooking stuff all over the place. And so I'm putting stuff in the oven as well. And so I am cooking one sweet potato because I need half of it on Monday dinner and half of it on Tuesday lunch. But I'm gonna stab some holes in my sweet potato. It's gonna cook while I am running through. So this is for, like I said, this is for Tuesday lunch, Monday dinner. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cook that. I've also got some water on the stove that I'm turning on to boil and salting for my pasta because I do pre-cook my pasta. And the first thing that I'm going to go ahead and prep is my salads, my jar salads, because they're just really easy to get up and out of the way. And so I've got a Caesar salad for lunch tomorrow. I think, no, for dinner tomorrow. And I have a Caesar salad for lunch the next day. Now, one of them is a low carb day and one is a high carb day. So I prep them just a little bit different. Fun fact, I'm out of ranch dressing and I didn't realize that till I started prepping this morning. So I'm going to show you what I do in a peach for ranch dressing. So I do, you're supposed to have like onion powder, garlic powder, all that jazz. Okay. I rarely, it just seems like I rarely ever have the spice that I want to have on hand. So so I just grabbed what I had. So I had salt, pepper, of course, I like a lot of pepper in my ranch, but this garlic and herb seasoning from Pampered Chef kind of covers the gamut for a lot of different seasonings. And so that's the one that I put in here. So about a teaspoon of everything, except for the salt. I only put like maybe a quarter of a teaspoon in it. These come in really handy when you have to mix a ranch dressing really quick. They're the exact serving size that you need for, or at least in my opinion, for the ranch itself. And then what I'm going to do is add about 8 ounces of Greek yogurt to this because that's really all I'm going to put in my ranch. It's really all that I ever have for ranch. But when you make jar salads, you are putting these in the bottom of the jar. And so you don't want to not have your dressing because when you dump the salad out, it coats the salad itself. So I'm going to have to open a new jar of yogurt. I can always tell when my clients have come through Kroger because there will be no Flaye Greek yogurt left. And it's the best. It has a little film on it if you've never used it before that you have to pull off. But it's creamy, super creamy. Like I said, we're going to do about 8 ounces. I'm right at it, which I am going to need this later. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a stir. So this is my ranch dressing. Okay, so the way that I make it more dressing texture is I clear about 3 tablespoons of water in it. And then you got to be careful because this is a small bowl. Half of cooking is making a mess, right? So you could use a whisk if you wanted to instead, but I think that this tastes really good. You can use a dry packet ranch dip, which is what I thought I had, and the box is empty. So this is my make it really fast ranch dressing. I'm just going to taste it. It's perfect. My towel is actually up under here. Trying to knock all of my technology down. All right. So you're going to get an inside look on how I do a lot of my measurement here. So although I know the answer to this, I'm going to say, Alexa, how many grams is in 2 tablespoons of ranch dressing? Let's see if she'll answer me. Alexa, How many grams is in 2 tablespoons of ranch dressing?
There are about 30 grams in 2 tablespoons of ranch dressing. Additionally, the average serving size of 2 tablespoons of regular ranch dressing contains approximately 129 calories.
She's very helpful, right? Except for she doesn't know we're using really good ranch. So I knew it was going to be 30 grams, but just so you know, that's how I do this because it's a lot more accurate than measuring tablespoons at this point. But you're needing roughly about 2 tablespoons of ranch dressing, which is, like she said, about 30 grams. Perfect. Now you're going to take all your lettuce, and I stuff it pretty good with lettuce. And I use prepackaged lettuce. I mean, I am a shortcut girl. If I can shortcut it, dude, I shortcut. Do about 2 really big handfuls. And then I've got some different colored veggies here that I'm going to throw in here. You always want to try to go with as many colors as possible because everything has vitamins and minerals in it. And so if you're actually looking to use, raw fruits and vegetables as vitamins and minerals, you need to go with a lot of different colors because every single color represents a different vitamin or mineral. So we've got purple, we've got orange, we've got some white. There's all kinds of goodies in here. We've got somebody else that has joined us. Some Catherine Sellers. We're going to put all of that in there. I'm going to actually move this just for a second. Okay. So I'm going to actually move this right now. Catherine, before you got here, I realized I was out of ranch dressing, so I made some ranch from scratch. So if you want that recipe, you can snag it on the rewatch. So I'm going to chop this chicken. I'm using the same little cutting board for whatever dumb reason. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and throw this celery in here because this is for my lunch, which is the very next thing that I'm making. That's one of my tips, is to have your snack on hand or have your next meal on hand so that you can, and I'm actually going to throw a little bit of this cabbage in here, which is why it's here. That's why I have extra anyways. So throw in the celery in, and then what we're going to do is cut up this chicken, which I cooked it prior to, if you got my message, and I let it cool so that it's not hot going into these jar salads, because I am making 2 jar salads. I'm making one and then the other just so you can kind of see it. So I'm basically dicing this chicken up because I have 2 chicken breasts that I cooked. I am needing roughly about 12 ounces of chicken altogether. And then, of course, I have Omarion's food that I have made as well, which I'll be handing him his food momentarily. I also have a sweet potato in the oven right now, and I have pasta water cooking because I'm cooking my pasta for tomorrow night's dinner. I do not cook the shrimp in advance because I will not eat it if it has that in the fridge. I also don't make breakfast in advance. I like my breakfast fresh. So I do have a little bit of quirks, but I am going to show you how I do my snacks so that you guys can see them. Okay. So in the bottom of this jar, I've done my homemade ranch dressing, 2 big handfuls of lettuce, all kinds of colors of veggies. All right. Now we're going to be throwing our chicken in, which I'm resetting my scale to 0, and it's set on ounces. We're going with 4 ounces. Goldie, do you want a piece of chicken? She's usually pretty happy to. She won't eat a carrot. We're going to push that down. I am at 2.6. I have got water boiling. This is literally how chaotic it is. This is pretty much good to go. I am going to be, oh wait, that's for my other thing. All right, so with the pasta, rule of thumb, measure it dry unless the directions tell you not to. Okay, so I'm supposed to have 8 ounces of pasta. I'm making food for more than just me for this. Yes. So we're going 8 ounces of pasta. If you stop and you think about it, there's a certain amount of calories in 8 ounces of pasta. Once you cook it, it's going to be 16, and it's going to have a completely different amount of calories. So if you only have 8, you're not going to get enough calories, right? All right, so that's going to go ahead and go in. I'm going to turn that down. We're going to set the timer for 10 minutes on that. Okay, that is cooking. We're going to go ahead and make this other jarred salad. This one is for my low carb day. I think I normally put cheese in that. Let me go grab that. So I'm obviously not eating all of these, but string cheese is super great to have on hand. Okay, period. So I'm gonna squish this down just a little bit more, and I'm gonna add some cheese to the top of that. If I have got, of course, David is so good about doing dishes, and I forget that I'm gonna put the dishwasher before I have always. Such is life. So I do add croutons to this. I add 4 croutons to this. And if you guys can hear Maureen, he's doing Spanish in there. And I am going to be adding that right before I eat it though. So when you dump it out, the dressing coats the whole salad. So I'm gonna make another one of those really, really quick. Make it a bit in this, get this guy fit in the fridge. So 30 grams of dressing is roughly 2 tablespoons. So that's what we're putting in the bottom of the jar. And this is made with yogurt and spices. I'm going to try to coat the bottom of the jar a little bit. 2 big handfuls of lettuce here. This is my high carb day, so there will be different stuff going in this one because of that. I'll have more croutons going in this one. All of these veggies are going to go in here. I also have a huge calorie increase on my high carb day. So as a general rule, I eat a lot more calories that day. And my coach is on me about getting all my calories in. Because when you are an active human being, if you are not matching that with active calories, which Melissa knows this, it is hard to lose weight. It's impossible to lose weight, actually. Your body will hold on to everything it possibly can because it wants to stay alive. And that's its biggest goal with you. So we are also adding to this the string cheese because this is really low fat. You can also use the baby Bella cheeses. They are high protein, low fat as well. I don't like the flavor as much in those. They taste like fake cheese to me. But I do like the string cheese. It's pretty mild and it tastes good in a salad. It's a fun texture to have in there. And we are also adding 40 grams of dried cranberries to this. Which I may end up doing half based on how much is in here because I'm supposed to also have cranberries in my chicken salad today. Oh my gosh. I keep thinking these nails will pop off. But they are lasting. She did a good job. They are lasting forever, y'all. All right. Going in. Just squish it on down there. It will keep. I don't know if you noticed, but things in glass jars keep really, really well. This will be plenty for my lunch today. And then I'm going to go ahead and top it with my chicken. I got to reset my scale. We're going 4 ounces of chicken. Here we go. Throwing chicken everywhere. All right, so this is lunch tomorrow, dinner tomorrow night. Yep, perfect. I lost the lid. We all know there was a lid somewhere here. There it is. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get these up and out of the way. Okay. Now I have another piece of chicken that I'm going to grab because I'm going to go ahead and start cooking I'm going to make my chicken salad, which is my lunch today. And I'm going to go ahead and start cooking my, my burgers in this air fryer. So I don't necessarily clean it in between when it's a fresh clean. I don't know if I'm the only person that does that, but it saves me time, and then I just clean it all at the end. And so they kind of seem to all, everything seems to stay above, or just if you have a liner, just pull that liner out and switch it out if you want to. I have 2 6-ounce lean beef patties. We get our beef killed. So I have 2 lean beef patties. Normally this is turkey, but we just had a cow killed, so I'm not going to go pay for turkey when I've already paid for beef. And I'm going to go ahead and just season this up with some salt and pepper, and this is going to be cooking. This is my dinner tonight and tomorrow night with the sweet potato that is in the oven. And here's my garlic. Love this garlic stuff from Pampered Chef, no joke. I'm not a Pampered Chef rep at all. Okay, that is going to be cooking while I do this. We're going to go ahead and get the chicken cut for my salad now. So I have a chicken salad to have today. I have some cut chicken here. The rest of this piece of chicken is going to Omarion with some rice, and so I'll be taking that to him next for his lunchy lunch. Or I'll probably have him come in here and get it. So we're gonna go with that edge right there. Just slightly shy. I'm gonna do one more edge. Set up. Now we're too far over. Okay. So as soon as I get up the Zoom, I'll prep his lunch for him, but I'm gonna go ahead and prepare this so you guys know what it's going. So fun fact, since this is just yogurt with seasonings in it, that is going to be my mayo for my chicken salad today. I'm just going to get on here and see how much is supposed to go in here so that I have the right amount of protein, because I'm an under measurer with a lot of things except for peanut butter. For whatever reason, my peanut butter, I thought I'm all about throwing a big old batch of peanut butter on there. So let me go to that. It looks like it's turned out to be a beautiful day, which I'm really excited about. So it asks for lemon juice. I've already put lemon juice in this because it's ranch dressing, so I'm not going to be adding that. I do not have any onions, and there are dried onions in this, but we are going to, oh no, I took that off there. We're going to add 2 ounces of this into our chicken salad, okay? So we're going to go, there's 1 ounce, really close on 2 ounces there, okay? Just repurposing that, right? Because I'm probably going to end up buying some ranch. I use Bolt House. The brand that I use is Bolt House. I am going to be using, I think I'm supposed to do 20 grams of this. I asked Alexa and I don't remember what she said, but I'm going to do 20, which should be about what's left in here. It's close enough. It's like 18. It'll work. And then I'm supposed to use almonds. I am out of almonds. I'm using a 1/2 ounce of pecans, which I am thinking it's not going to be a super whole lot. Yeah, 1 more probably. Yeah. All right. Now I have my lunch made. So if I get hungry, rather than nibbling outside of my parameters today, I have my lunch made. So you can serve this in like lettuce cups if you want to. I am really just almost too lazy for a lot of that. Just I really, really am. So, but this is my Ashley's chicken salad. This was a client named Ashley that gave me this recipe, and then I tweaked it and made it. It's a very good recipe. It has 26 carbs, 45 grams of carbohydrates, and only 9 grams of fat. So it's a lower fat, has a little bit of carbs for the front part of my day because it's a low carb day. It'll be almost no carbs tonight. And that is that. So I'm going to show you how I do my snack. My yogurts I prepare beforehand, okay? I've got 2 yogurts between Tuesday and Wednesday. I have no yogurts today, but I'm going to show you how I do today because I did save some of that for you as well. But I've got my, that's my, I was like, what is that? What is that for? What is happening right now? That is my pot. Let me check it really quick, okay? That is perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and get this drained here. This one I got the hot pad. The chaos of kitchen life. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and get that guy in here. Let it drain. It'll be good to go. I'm gonna zero out. I'm supposed to eat tonight 8 ounces of yogurt and 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. So we're gonna go in with a clean spoon. I don't want ranch in my peanut butter. Who put ranch in my peanut butter? Nobody should put ranch in their peanut butter. That is bad. We're going in. Got my 8 ounces of my yogurt. That is good. We are taking 2, I use 2 of these, which is the Whole Earth. This is a dessert treat for me, and I treat it as such. And then I've also got some no sugar Skippy peanut butter, which I thought was out, but apparently did not stack it. So this is going to be, on the back, 2 tablespoons is 32 grams. So we change our measurement on our scale 2 grams. It seems like a lot of effort. It's really not, you know, once you get adjusted to it. So normally in the past, I would have possibly done 2 of these. That is 32 grams. You have to pay attention to fats, okay? So I'm gonna give this a stir. This one, just want to do it all over my counter. It's going to go in the fridge, all right? And that's for my snack tonight. And then I not have another good container for my other yogurt, so don't judge me on this container. But my next one is a high carb one, so it's different. So I have fruit in it. So when you have high carb days, you really need to work fruit into it. Well, right now, I like the frozen cherries, and I'm still hung up on the frozen cherries. So I'm zeroing this guy out. We're going to ounces. I'm going again. This is my snack, my 8 p.m. snack. It's almost always yogurt. It helps you sleep, if you didn't know that. This also has probiotics in it, so it's a good punch for the digestive tract. While you're sleeping, you're getting some good bugs put in your system, okay? We're going to go ahead and put this guy up so he's out of the way. I don't think I need him again, unless I just enjoy something, which is always a possibility. So high carb day is different. So on a high carb day, this has 0 fat in it. We are going to be using PB Fit powder because it's dramatically different fat-wise. So this only has 2 grams of fat and 2 tablespoons of peanut butter powder. So I'm still getting the good protein, but on a high carb day, you really have to be careful of your fats. So just a flat, evened off peanut butter powder. And I'm actually going to go ahead and put the sweetener in this. Oops, I forgot to put that. I always keep that same measure in here because it's 2 tablespoons. And the serving size of this is 2 tablespoons. So that just makes good sense. So you just always have the scoop in it. I'm the only person that does that. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and stir this guy up because the fruit that I'm gonna be putting in here is frozen. And it will thaw out and the juices will kind of mix in, especially cherries. They have a wonderful juice. It's one of the reasons I like to do cherries this time of year. I like to do cherries fresh too, don't get me wrong, but they're still not super, super good. At least the ones I had the other day were. So we've got frozen. See what I was talking about? This is such a ghetto bowl. I can't find my other pink bowl, which is my normal yogurt bowl. No idea what David is done. He probably has it with him at work in his car or something. No, I don't know if your men do that, but mine just pile up little containers. He'll have all mine are supposed to be teal, his are supposed to be black, and he'll have all my teal ones in his car. So funny. Okay. This is just Kroger Private Select dried cherry or dried frozen cherries, which I can hardly ever get this thing open. It's like a wrestling match. They get me wet, y'all. Okay. We are actually, that is not the one I want. This is the one I want. We're going by 3/4 of a cup. I just go ahead and go with 3/4 of a cup of frozen. I do have a tendency to measure fruit, but when it's frozen, I just feel like the measurement's not going to be totally accurate. But I always put 3/4 of a cup of frozen fruit when I enter it in my Fitness Pal, which I always do additionally to make sure that I'm on target. Now I'm not going to stir that. I'm going to let that settle. This is going to go in the fridge. This is for tomorrow. Or no, this is for Wednesday. Okay. I'm keeping this out because I need it for one more thing. I think. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and measure. They're going to think I'm crazy, but I'm going to go ahead and measure out another 3/4 of a cup of cherry. Close that like a crazy person into a Ziploc bag. And that's going to go in the fridge because that's for my shake tomorrow. And that way it is ready to go. Okay. What I have for my shakes are, I think I keep touching my scale like it's got my mouse on it. I'm having waffles tomorrow or on Wednesday as well. I will not get those out for time. Okay, so I use protein pods. So like for my snack today, I had a protein pod. I've already drank half of it. So I have a protein pod in here. And then also for my snack this afternoon at 3 while I'm teaching hip hop, I have a bar, right? And then I just write, I don't know if you can see it on there or not. I don't have a black marker left at home, so I need to get black ones with the orange permanent marker. It just says 10 a.m., 3 p.m. snack Monday. So then I know to just grab it. It's usually with my Monday food. And then so we're going to do the same things with our other days here so that I know exactly where they are. I'm not trying to scramble. I don't have any excuses. End of story. So the other thing that I have on my program today is a 1/4 cup of trail mix. But I'm using the grams measurement because again, I have a tendency to go over the top sometimes. So this is 40 grams. Ooh, I'll drop it over here. And I'm going to actually stick it in that same little bag. Perfect. All right. Boom. So when I program meals for clients, all of this is there. When they're supposed to eat, why they're supposed to eat, how they're supposed to eat. It's all there, right? And so I do the same thing for myself. I have got one more protein pod for this evening, which I'm actually going to put it in a separate Ziploc bag and write on it really quickly. Just what I had, yep. Because I'm probably going to end up taking it with me, but I might not. And sometimes David, I just leave my stuff out on the countertop and David will serve me. He's pretty awesome like that. If you've ever watched us on anything, he's all the time handing me stuff. He's very thoughtful that way. Sometimes he hands me the wrong stuff and I try not to get irritated because it's so thoughtful. It's a Tuesday, 10 a.m. 10 a.m. I've got one protein pod. This can be a scoop, and you can measure a scoop in here too. When I'm out of pods, I use scoop powder, right? It's just this is less messy. I've got a 3 p.m. snack as well. So I'm gonna write 3 p.m. And then I've got my yogurt already made. Snack for snacks. Tuesday, done. Let's do snacks for Wednesday. Let's see. We've got 2 scoops. That's gonna go with these cherries. We're gonna just stick all of it in the fridge. This is 1 shake, so if I didn't mention it at the beginning, my coach has upped my calories and I'm really struggling to keep up with it. So I really added a lot more protein powder. I'm putting 2 at 10A with cherries so that I remember to grab these cherries. Not that I can't go look at my plan, but you know what I'm saying. And then I've got the same thing in the afternoon. So I'll grab, when I get out, I'll probably grab another bag of cherries, but just 1. And I like vanilla with my cherries. I don't like chocolate with it. So this is for the 3 p.m. snack. You probably think I'm wasting a lot of bags, but it does help me because I will just be like, go grab the Tuesdays, go grab the Mondays. Like, just grab it, go. Just grab it and go, and I'm done. And then there's no excuses. I don't have any excuse. I've already got the blueberry yogurt made. So let's talk about the pasta. We've got pasta for dinner that day. So I am taking 1/4 of that pasta. So what I do is I zero this out. I am going to weigh this, and it is roughly 800 grams. Okay. I'm going to take one of my prep bowls, which mine are supposed to be the teal. If y'all see David, remind him of that, because every time I turn around, I'm cleaning out the teal ones of his car. So I'm going to take this down to until it drops down 200 grams. Okay. And that's my serving size for Wednesday night. This I'll just save. Woo. So I've got to get it down to 600, right? It was at 800. Look how much yummy pasta that is. So good. And so the pasta that I use is the Barilla Protein Plus. And let me tell you, your family will not notice the difference with this pasta. It is amazing. They're not going to sit there and be like, oh my God, what is in this pasta? It tastes like pasta. It doesn't have any weirdness to it. It's got 10 grams of protein per serving, where the normal pasta only has like 2 or something like that. The rest of this pasta is this is for Wednesday, so I'm sticking this in here with the other Wednesdays. And the rest of this pasta, I'm gonna put for David and Amarion's dinner, okay? So I'm gonna double check everything after I let me check the temperature on these burgers. Make sure we're not so rare that I'm gonna get food poisoning. Yeah, no, we're good. Okay, so I'm taking 2 containers for the burgers. Remember, I measured them 6 ounces raw. And that, I'm actually gonna go put that in the fridge. My cherries. I know I've got to do another thing of cherries, but I'll snag it in a minute. One less thing to worry about, right? All right, so 1 burger is gonna go here. All right, let me check these. I have a hot pad. You guys saw me at the hot pad, right? Is my the only person that does this while I'm like wandering around trying to figure out where to lay down stuff? Okay, there we go. You're probably like, it's right there. All right, I'm gonna check this potato. Yeah, I think we're good on this potato. Perfect. I'm gonna actually let that sit here for just a moment because I'm gonna cut it in half and put it inside of these boxes. One for one day, and then I just add the lettuce and the fixins because I do all the fixins. I do tomatoes, pickles, everything you would have in a burger, except for we're not doing the bun. Sometimes I'll do a keto bun, but honestly, I just prefer it like this rather than go through the trouble of buying a bun and et cetera, et cetera. If you love a bun, get you a bun, girl. All right. All right, we're gonna do the burnt finger mama dance. You guys ready? Tucking that in there. Hey, dinner for tonight, lunch for tomorrow is done. That is literally my food prep for Monday through Wednesday. So if you ever tell yourself you don't have the time to prep, watch this video and remind yourself that you do. You guys were amazing. We did this in 36 minutes. That is every single meal, all of my snacks, except for breakfast because I like those fresh, but everything's ready to go. I'm good to go. I'm set for my coach. I hope you enjoyed this. I would love to know your biggest takeaway or any questions. You guys feel free to comment inside of Facebook and or on YouTube if you're watching this on YouTube. Hashtag replay if you're watching on replay. Love you guys. Have a great day.